Okay, welcome to episode 66 of No Hold Barred Pod. That is Sal Dodgson.
And that is Don McGowan, clickety-click. I'm so old. I've got to stop doing it.
Is that right? Clickety-click. Oh, yeah, bingo call.
Clickety-click.
Yeah. So
Something I've never done. But maybe I haven't finished anything, you know.
I've never even been to bingo, no. What a weird start to an episode.
Have I? Do you know? I shouldn't probably advertise this, but it was a good thing that happened to me, so we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Years ago, like 7 years ago, a friend of mine told me that she'd won 150 quid on one of those online bingo things.
Mm.
And I thought, ooh, I'd be enchanting me on for that. Never played bingo before.
Mm.
And to be honest, you don't really play bingo. You put your money and you choose which game you want and how much it's going to cost for each round, and then it plays it for you.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought, well, if I know somebody's actually won some money, it might be worth it.
Mm.
So I set myself, I did a £10 budget every Friday night. I was allowed to do it because, you know,
yeah.
I'm fucked. And after about 6-7 weeks, I won 2.5 grand.
What? Really?
Yeah. Swear down.
Hell.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Soon went like, but it was, oh God, it was nice at the time.
Wow, that's huge.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I spent all of it on training Will for the World Cup, the World Championships.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I invested it in my son, but...
Which is a lovely
so it
thing
does
to do.
It can happen. I haven't done it since because, you know, lightning doesn't strike twice, does it?
No, I don't know. I sometimes do the Euro Millions. I've only ever won about, I think the maximum I ever won's about 18 quid or something ridiculous. I mean, nothing.
I think I got 3 numbers on the Euros and got 64 quid. It's the most I've ever won since the lottery started.
But three numbers on the Euros will get you about 6 quid nowadays. It's really, they've dropped it right down. So, yeah, I got 3 numbers on the Euros.
Or maybe I had 4 numbers then.
£6.50 or something. Yeah. They jiggled around with it. This is a weird introduction to an episode. Hello, everyone, by the way. We're just rambling about bingo.
Nobody had that on the bingo card.
No. Welcome to Sal and Don talk about bingo and lottery cards. Yeah.
Because it's more fun than the news.
Well, it is. It certainly is.
Where do I think this is largely going to be about the wars.
We've got Reform Roundup and the wars, and Reform Roundup's not huge this week. Maybe I should get that out of the way. What do you think?
Yeah, go. Yeah, let's get the idiots out of the way.
Let's start with Lee Anderson's eyebrows, which is
this is very much news to me.
A phrase I'd never thought I'd find myself saying. Lee Anderson has been accused by a beautician at a salon in Ashfield where he lives, where his constituency is, basically being a dickhead. And he went in there to get his eyebrows waxed.
And? It's not a story, that's every day.
The girl is called Eve, and she put this all out on social media, and she said he started recording for his social media, which he didn't ask her if he could do, first of all. He didn't ask her permission to put him on, and then started asking her questions on the video as if, like, you know, and she was really like a bit unsure about it. Then apparently he didn't pay for his waxing. He just wasn't even thinking about it. He then says if we take photos with him, then the salon will get more publicity and attention, and he says he'll try to mention our award. And then you could see a picture of him with her, and she's really like awkward, not happy at all of having this picture taken at all.
What then he just left. Bastard?
But then he just left and posted pictures and videos of this, him and another worker in the salon. Didn't pay for it and just walked out.
He earns 100 grand a year plus expenses.
He earns 100 grand from GB News as well, so I had that on as well. But like, it's just this girl called Eve. I know. Such an entitled dickhead, and just like he was rude to her. And I'll put a link in because it's interesting. I'll put some of the, to the actual post. But then after being challenged, he deleted all his pictures and then posted. So the original picture is outside the salon called Anais, Anais, Aesthetics, Beauty and Hair. Sorry. And then he AI'd it to make it look like he was outside a halal butcher shop with the two women. It's the same photo of the two women. I'll put a link. In fact, I'll put the photo in so you can see it. It's absolutely outrageous. So,
He's
yeah.
disgusting.
Lee Anderson is a disgusting troll. He is.
Decent person might have come to an arrangement with somebody like that and then paid them anyway, because that's what decent people do.
Exactly. It's as you said before, he's earning hundreds of thousands of pounds a year.
Tip her 20 quid or something. I'm not being funny. Waxing eyebrows is about 12.50. I mean, okay, I'm going on old school prices. Let's say you don't pay more than 20 quid to get your eyebrows waxed.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's not exactly a huge expense. And he probably put it on his expenses anyway, if he did it.
You can't expense that shit, can you?
I bet he could. I just found it really... It just sort of typifies Reform's attitude to it. Exactly. But it's Reform all over, isn't it? They just think they own the world and can do anything they want. So
I just want them all to be kicked between the legs really hard.
Yeah. So then there's two other things on Reform this week. Firstly, today, Zaya Yusuf, was out on ITV GMB this morning, talking about Reform's latest policy distraction, which is they're going to ban people travelling from countries who claim reparations for slavery from the United Kingdom. Who are talking about it. So
that's not
both.
people who've already had it. Oh,
no, both, basically. His Farage's take was it as countries that keep insulting Britain. Countries, I think there's 19: Jamaica, Barbados, Antigua, Barbuda, Guyana, the Bahamas, Trinidad, Tobago, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, the Grenadines, Dominica, Montserrat, Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, South Africa, Ethiopia, Zambia. There are more in Africa if the African Union all decide to pursue it, but they haven't decided that yet. One point of note is that...
Sorry, go on.
One point of note in the list is that they included Montserrat on TV and in social media, and then again later on, despite being pointed out repeatedly that Montserrat is a British overseas territory and anyone who's from Montserrat doesn't need a visa to travel to the United Kingdom. They keep repeating that as if they're just fucking making shit up, unsurprisingly. So, yeah, it's just racist bullshit. Red meat racism.
I mean, yeah. I despise them.
Yes, me too. But I don't know.
And also, they're not doing anything because they're never getting into government.
Well, this is the point.
There's
isn't
7
it?
of them.
They're absolutely flailing and like desperate at the moment, because I saw yesterday or the day before, Thomas Kerr, who's one of their very vocal Scottish candidates, has chickened out of going to a hustings for the Scottish elections, hosted by the National, the Scottish newspaper. He said he's not going to that because it's a left-wing rag. That doesn't make any difference. I mean, they just can't handle scrutiny.
They don't seem to understand that it is their job to serve the public, not to have a fucking opinion on who's interviewing them.
Exactly. You can't pick and choose who you get questions from. I mean, if you want to be a politician, you have to be able to field answers from everyone.
You're a public servant.
Exactly. Exactly. And then Robert Jenrick has made himself look really fucking stupid, as per usual. So I'm just opening up the post. There it is. Last night, Robert Jenrick put out a post. Yeah, put out a tweet saying, lifting the two-child benefit cap is yet more welfare Lifting the two-child cap is yet more welfare paid for by working people. A third of the beneficiaries are recent arrivals to UK. Reform will defuse the benefits bomb. Now, 63 days ago, there was a vote in Parliament on the removal of two-child limit. It was the Universal Credit Bill, second reading on the 3rd of February. Robert Jenrick voted to remove the two-child benefit cap on that final second reading alongside Sue Braverman. He did it by mistake, though, because he's a fucking idiot. Because Him and Suella Braverman went through the wrong lobby
that was
voting.
only the other week, wasn't it? Yeah, of course.
63 days ago on the 3rd of February. So
Imbeciles.
he's out there.
We're run by imbeciles.
Exactly. So he's out there on Twitter going, oh, yes, we're going to lift the 2-child benefit cap. You voted for it, dickhead. I know you didn't mean to, but you're fucking stupid enough that you went through the wrong lobby with your colleagues.
That should be a sackable offence. He should be sent to Coventry.
Well, yeah. Who's the chief whip? Lee Anderson should have.
Speaking.
Yeah.
Nothing against Coventry.
No, Coventry's quite nice. So Lee Anderson, the chief whip, should have removed the whip from him for that, really, theoretically, shouldn't he? But yeah, I don't know. I just think that
see through his bushy eyebrows.
It's just the combination of stupidity and hypocrisy that Reform UK have. Like, every day you see something that's more stupid and more hypocritical than the day before. Because as I said, I think they're desperate, really desperate at the moment to keep the attention train rolling. And if they don't keep talking, they'll get forgotten about.
Was it today or yesterday you did a press conference with some sort of Widdicombe lookalike? Some woman I've never clapped eyes on in my life before. Looked like
that was the mother of Rhiannon White. Yeah, that was today.
Who's Rhiannon White?
She was murdered by an illegal, like an asylum seeker, on October 2024.
More co-opting of trauma of other people.
Correct.
Right,
yes, that's exactly what it was. And the mother has been dragged along by Farage and Reform to blame it on Keir Starmer, even though it happened in October of 2024. So Starmer had been in government for a couple of months at that point, but the guy had been here before that. So how they're blaming Starmer for it, I'm not really sure. But
maybe he got off a plane from Montserrat. We'll never know because people don't have their criminal records checked when they come over here if they haven't got a visa.
Very
Just
true.
saying, again.
I know. But yeah, that was a press conference today, and that's Reform this week. I just hypocrisy and stupidity, that's their tagline, really. I mean, everything they do and say. I really think that Starmer's move to end crypto and foreign donations has really impacted them. I think they've been like flailing quite badly since then. So I saw Layla Cunningham yesterday, day before, on a debate on GB News talking about the £100,000 donation cap that's been, put in by Starmer. She's saying, why is it not 101,000?
Yeah, so she's such an imbecile, man.
Sure, Layla. And why don't we have 62 minutes in an hour and 364 days in a year? It's just ridiculous. It's like a toddler trying to argue. And she's supposedly a former lawyer, but that was her argument. Oh, yeah, 1,000 makes it all.
See, this is where I'm like, how was somebody that stupid ever a lawyer?
I had to double check that she was a lawyer before I put a post out about it because I wasn't sure. But apparently she was, because she does say the most ridiculous things, and you're like, and she was boasting about it, going, "Oh, I put down the Labour guy." And that was Luke Charters, I think she was arguing about, my new follower on Twitter, but she was arguing with him, and it was just like, "Oh, the Labour MP couldn't answer my question." Yeah, that's because it was a fucking stupid question that doesn't mean anything. It's like toddler logic. But, stupidity and hypocrisy, I'm going to stop bandying that about. I might make a logo for them.
That'll be this episode's title.
Oh, yeah, let's have that. Yeah, that's a good one. With the Reform logo. Yes, I'm definitely putting that up as the artwork for this episode. Right, and that's Reform. They're just being stupid as usual. And now the rest of the next however long we're going to speak is about the war and see what happens.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
Tonight.
There's so many aspects of it, aren't there?
There is a lot. I wrote a lot of notes about this today. As usual, I was thinking, I don't know what to talk about, and then when you start looking into it, there's just so many fucking crazy things going on, isn't there?
Well, at the end of yours, I've got a wild aspect of this war that nobody saw coming.
Well, yeah, you left a little teaser at the end of the last episode for us.
Yeah. Well, I just saw it and I was like, what the Liberty gibbets?
Yeah.
But I'll probably save it to the end because get the serious stuff out of the way, and then we can. I mean, this is serious.
Yeah.
quite possibly very serious, which is why I'm raising it. But it's a bit mental. So you do your bit first.
We'll come on to it. Yeah, so we're currently about 5 hours away from Donald Trump's latest deadline. He's given Iran, he said he was going to bomb them back to the Stone Age if they didn't agree to all his demands by 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which works out UK time about 1 a.m. And then today he put a new post out saying he's going to wipe out an entire civilization. He said, exactly said, an entire civilization is going to die tonight. That's what he said. The President of the United States of America.
I mean, not quite. Have you got the quote from the day before?
I haven't got that quote. The one
because you know how he's. Well, I've got it.
You do it. Yeah.
You know how he's been like dead chill about like not bothered. The strait's not open. Don't care. Go and get your own oil. We're not bothered.
Yeah, he was.
He is quite bothered. Because he said, while you're finding that, I can read the tweet from today.
Yeah, do that.
The whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have a complete and total regime change, where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, where? Maybe something revolutionarily wonderful can happen. Who knows? In uppercase. We will find out tonight, one of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran. That's the apex of the Messiah complex.
Mm-hmm.
Lock.
100%.
Right now.
Yeah, I know. So, I found a quote from the other day. He said, Tuesday will be power plant day and bridge day, all wrapped up in one in Iran.
Bothered. He's not bothered about the Strait of Hormuz. Let's just remember that.
Have this in your mind that he's definitely not asked. There'll be nothing like it. Open the fucking strait, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. President Donald J. Trump. Yeah, that's Trump not being bothered, isn't it? I mean, he's a psychopath. Outright psycho.
Dark triad psychopath. Tends to be common amongst world leaders, funny enough.
Yeah, exactly. So today, this afternoon, he started bombing Karg Island, which, if anyone isn't aware, is a small island off the coast of Iran, which is home to their most important and biggest oil terminal. And
a very small and very old community of Iranians.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And
tiny little village.
I think it says over 50, more than 50 strikes on Karg Island today alone, which is just, I mean, it's certainly not going to help. I'm just going to quickly check. Yeah, oil is $115 a barrel today, which is up from the last couple of weeks. He's just making things worse. Every single thing he does make things worse. And, this thing about destroying a civilization, it's like, I don't know, Hernan Cortez did with the Aztecs, although that was with smallpox. But, I suppose the virus is a bit like MAGA, isn't it? But, as you say, the
insidious cult.
Exactly. The Messiah complex is utterly, off the charts now, isn't it? So... But what will happen? I don't know. The world is kind of on tenterhooks at the moment because of every single time he's been bluffing. He's done this a few times now throughout the war. He's flip-flopped back and forth, hasn't he? And he has been bombing Iran, but nothing too serious, effectively, in terms of the war.
Well, you say that.
No, okay.
She says going back to a gallery today.
No, I will. I'll take that back. Of course, it was serious. The hit on the Minab school was absolutely horrific.
Well, that's. I thought I screenshot that. Now I might have saved it in my bookmarks. Hang on. I had a list. They bombed 50 schools, universities, hospitals in Iran.
Did they? Did they?
They're not.
How do I not know? How do I not even know about that? That's bizarre. I mean, they are really keeping things on a wrap, under wraps rather, generally.
I can't find it now.
No.
Yeah.
I'll have a look. But
the Americans and the Israelis are bombing, like, social infrastructure. They're bombing universities under the auspices of getting rid of the nuclear scientists.
Oh, as they did in Gaza, the exact same tactics they went into Gaza with, taking out hospitals because they accused it of being a Hamas run. Yeah, okay, I'll take that back then because I didn't know about that. But over the weekend they had some kind of number of aircraft shot down by Iran. Not quite clear how many really were shot down. What I have read, they went in to do a rescue mission for a downed airman who turned out he was mortally wounded, apparently, according to Trump, but managed to hike something like 200. According to Trump, but whilst mortally wounded, managed to hike 220 miles up a mountain before being rescued.
He'll be one of. Do you remember the other day when he was said there were loads of dead people walking around with blown off legs? Maybe he's one of them.
Yeah, he must have been. He must have been. But conveniently, we still don't know who this amazing, miraculous soldier airman was.
Either of them.
No, none of them. They haven't put out any details on that at all. But what it actually seems like, I don't know. Speculation is that this wasn't actually a rescue mission at all. It was a botched raid on a uranium plant, and they'd gone into Isfahan. And I read today that they lost. A report that I read said they lost 12 of 155 aircraft they sent in. So they actually went in with
£400 million worth of equipment.
Yeah, I went in with over 100 aircraft to this botched raid near Isfahan for this uranium site. So it looks like maybe.
I watched a former general last night on one of the YouTube shows I watched. He was giggling because he said he could barely speak about what had happened, and he was like, what they've done, and I know what they've done because I worked in the military for decades.
Yeah.
He said they've gone and they've scouted out what they wanted to do, but they did it in November, December, in winter. Except now it's warmed up and it's end of March, April. And they've gone and landed planes and helicopters in sand in totally different weather conditions, and then they couldn't get them out the ground again.
Yeah.
And he's laughing as he's telling the story, going, he just couldn't believe how stupid they are.
It's crazy. So, I mean, the stories vary, don't they, between the Americans blowing up their own planes so that the Iranians couldn't get the tech, or the Iranians blew them up, whatever. But that's what I read as well. I didn't know that that's what they'd done, is scouted it out at the wrong time of year, because that's just smacks of everything that's going on in that administration right now. But yeah, turns out they ended up losing countless unspecified number of aircraft. That some got landed in the sand, some were shot down by Iran. It was a complete fuck up from start to finish.
When those figures come out,
it's going to be mad, isn't it?
Was it episode 64 or 63 when we were saying that they're massively underreporting the casualties and deaths?
Yeah.
And then we finished recording and found that wasn't there a news article put out or something confirming exactly what we'd said?
Yeah, I think so.
I sent it to you, or a video or something.
Yeah, that's right. Over 200 deaths, American deaths at that point. Yeah, and they're really trying not to tell us anything at all. And that whole inverted commas rescue mission that they made up at the weekend. Yeah, exactly. It just smacks of incompetence from start to finish, doesn't it? And Pete Hegseth in one of his tiny little suits yesterday going on about how the rescue mission was one of the biggest things they've ever done. And no, you fucked this up, mate.
He's off his tits.
He is absolutely lost the plot. Go on.
That clip I sent you of him with his kids, and he's talking to the camera, and all his kids are looking at him like he's the weirdest man on the planet. His own kids.
Yeah,
because he is one of them.
I'll put the clip in because it is. Yeah, he is a strange, power-hungry, crazy man. He is.
Run it, Dono.
This is what the media does. They take anonymous sources from disgruntled former employees, and then they try to slash and burn people and ruin their reputations. Not going to work with me, because we're changing the Defense Department.
Yeah, have a look at the clip. It's mad.
Imagine that being your dad.
I know.
Them
I know.
Poor bastards don't stand a chance.
They really don't. It's such a shame, isn't it? So, I wanted to talk
Should we
about the
talk
border
about-
peace quickly.
Well,
Go on, what were you
before-
going to say?
Can I
Go on.
squeeze my bit in before that?
Oh,
Because
yeah,
it might
do that,
tie
yeah.
in. It's. I've got two different tweets. I don't know which is the best one to read because it's essentially batshit.
Yeah.
It's drop site anyway.
Mm.
Report. Before I go on, I wanted to bring this up because in my head I'm thinking also avocados, data centers. This is now a pattern, and we need to be aware of it in the greater scheme of things. So, reporting opening strikes in US Israeli bombing campaign targeted the heart of Iran's pistachio trade.
Nearly choked on my drink.
Nobody guessed it'd be pistachios.
No, not in a million years.
Iran was once the world's leading pistachio producer. Today, the USDA data shows the US, led by California, accounts for roughly 65% of global output, while Iran's share has fallen to about 18%. Excuse me. In the first week of the war, reports and geolocated satellite imagery indicated strikes in and around Rafsanjan, the heart of Iran's pistachio sector, including apparent damage to pistachio warehouse facilities near the airport. The Resnick family, owners of the Wonderful Company, and dominant players in California's pistachio industry, have used political influence to secure vast water rights in drought-stricken regions at the expense of local communities. The 2025 documentary Pistachio Wars examines their long-standing backing of pro-Israeli lobby groups.
Shit. Sorry, my light fell down.
You okay?
Yeah, my light just fell
You
down.
cried the
Because I was
stairs?
laughing. It was the pistachio wars thing. Sorry. Yeah, carry on.
Oh, brace yourself.
Yeah, I am. I'm braced.
Arguing that hawkish policies toward Iran align with their commercial interests, as weakening a key global competitor benefits their bottom line. Now, the Resnick family. Guess who they are?
So,
she says, trying to find the actual tweet.
it rings a bell. Something to do with Shah. No.
That's what I've just read out. No, they, I do believe, are actually Israelis.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Are they now? I mean, yeah, of course
Except,
they are.
hang on, I want to find the tweet because I don't want to. Oh, here you go. No, that's the one I've just read. Why have I saved two of the same tweet? Here we go. In his reporting and documentary Pistachio Wars, Yasha Levine details how California billionaires Linda and Stuart Resnick funneled millions to Israeli-linked institutions, including direct donations to the Israeli military via American Friends of the IDF. While their pistachio empire grew alongside policies that weakened Iran, their largest global competitor. In the first week of the US-Israel war, strikes targeted facilities tied to Iran's pistachio industry in Rafsanjan, a global production hub long central to that competition. Tax records show that 2.4 million in donations to Israeli military-linked groups from 2015 to 2022, with additional millions to institutions tied to Israeli intelligence and the occupation. More underneath this tweet. So, yeah.
Well,
I'll
that's
retweet
interesting,
them, so
isn't it?
people can go and read it for themselves. But
wow.
they're also
that is something.
They also stand accused of rediverting water in California to their pistachio farms, which is part of the reason for the fires, because there's no water for the fires.
Oh, fucking hell. Well, they seem like really fucking bad guys. Oh,
So,
dear.
fuck pistachios. I can live without them.
God, I didn't. Yeah, that is quite a shocker. I had absolutely no idea about that at all. Yeah, the pistachio
Who would?
wars. No one. God, that's mad, isn't it?
Nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. But
It's
it is.
literally nuts. It is, though. I mean, but
My
I mean,
lord.
there's always an angle, isn't there, for these wars where people like profiteer from them and make out like
fire
bad
sale shit.
bandits.
It's COVID behaviour again, isn't it?
That's it, exactly.
Crawling
Let's
over
just-
dead people to
just-
get money. It's disgusting.
Destroy things and see what we can get out of it. It's really not very good. But yeah, that's an interesting turn of events, the pistachio wars. So yeah, I think I just wanted to mention the Board of Peace because it came out yesterday. I read the article. It was from CNN.
It'd be great, that.
I'm going to read the tweet, in fact. I'll just read it. The State Department has transferred $1.25 billion in foreign aid to Trump's Board of Peace, pulling $1 billion from international disaster assistance, $200 million from peacekeeping operations, and $50 million from international organizations. This is money that Congress authorized for hurricanes and refugees, moved without a congressional vote into a fund that Trump created by executive order and controls personally. When reporters asked the State Department about it, a spokesperson said they had nothing to announce at this time. The Board of Peace is one defining characteristic. Donald Trump controls it forever. He named himself chairman for life. No audits, no transparency, no conflict of interest. Countries pay $1 billion into a fund he runs to get a seat at the table. If he transfers, it has transferred nothing to Gaza, disclosed nothing about its spending, and received $1.25 billion of American disaster relief money without a word of explanation. When he leaves the White House, he keeps the money. That's not a loophole. That's how he designed it. That is utterly ludicrous. Like, I mean, it is.
It's mob behaviour.
That's what I was about to say. We say every week that he's behaving like a mafia boss. But he is.
The uncoolest one that's ever existed.
Yeah, he's certainly no Don Corleone. But it's just... So he's now taking, aside from taking the $1 billion from every country that signed up, of which I think there's about 13 or so, he's now diverting money from disaster relief in America for hurricane relief. So if a hurricane hits the US, they don't have enough money to support the people because Trump's taken it literally into his own pocket. $1.25 billion.
America's quick on its way to becoming a third world country.
Isn't it just? It's insane. And I mean, you talk about all this stuff that he's going on about, this distractions. So he's distracting from the Epstein files and he's distracting from this. He's literally got his hand in the pot and taking out American people's money, shoving it in his back pocket and just going,
a bit like the Tories, just worse.
Yeah, like them, but an awful lot worse.
I've been saying it was a dry run. That was a pilot.
Yeah. It's just insane. I just don't understand how American people are just going, okay, fine, whatever.
If I was an American person, I'd be turning into Steve Bray.
Yeah.
I'd be that person in the town square who would not leave until things change and people join me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad here, but that's beyond.
Isn't it? It's just, I just couldn't believe that he's taking money from disaster relief from his own country. Like,
that said, I don't know what disaster relief we have in contingency.
I couldn't tell you that off the top of my head either, but
I'm
pretty sure for all his faults.
The Tories rediverted ours, didn't they? And then COVID came, so it did happen.
They did do that. They did do that, didn't they?
They did do that. Do we have it? Is it reconstituted? I don't know.
I know. I might have to try and look into it, but I mean, Keir Starmer, for all his faults, you're not going to see him doing that shit, are you? But it's just fucking.
Sorry, you were on the last pod where we just discussed how he'd taken money off disabled people, weren't you?
Okay, I will retract.
Of course,
that
he fucking was.
Yeah, but no. Okay, my point was more that he's not putting it in his own pocket. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, granted.
Trump's
I'll give you
literally
that much.
taking it out and putting it in. He's literally stuffing the cash in his own bank account.
Yeah,
But then,
Obama gets his money from Israel, doesn't he? I forgot.
Well, there is that, but so does Trump, don't they? They all do at this stage. There's not many that don't.
Well, not they all. It's literally the UK and the USA.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean, those two countries. But it brings me on to my last bit about America that I wrote down this week, and it's about the 25th Amendment, which we were discussing before the pod. Feels like a necessity at this stage, but is unlikely to happen. So the 25th Amendment, in case anyone isn't aware, in America is the 25th Amendment to the United States Constitution, and its methodology to remove a sitting president. And there's various ways and means about it, impeachment and things like that. Donald Trump's been impeached twice, but no one's actually been removed via impeachment. Bill Clinton was. It's just a formal procedure to it. Article 4 is the 25th Amendment, and that has to happen if via the vice president and the majority of cabinet declare the president unable to perform his duties.
The cabinet?
So, yeah, and the majority of the cabinet, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's never going to happen. So
who wrote that shit and thought it'd work?
Well, that was back in the days when people thought people were honourable in America. I'll tell you exactly who wrote it in a second, but
if your own acolytes think you're unstable, what, the ones that are on the payroll? Yeah,
it was written into law in 1967. The amendment was submitted in 1965 and was ratified in 1967. So that's was
before
just
the Bay of Pigs, isn't it?
Yeah, no, after Kennedy was the Bay of Pigs and he was 63. But it was. I'll tell you again. I'll find out. But it was under. Oh God, I'm gonna have to edit bits of that. Yeah, Lyndon B. Johnson's second and third years of his presidency.
They hadn't taken cultism into account, had they?
No, basically not. So it was after Kennedy had been assassinated, and then Lyndon B. Johnson came in, and this was ratified, and it was, yeah. So it comes into effect if the president is ill, unwell, or unfit, and. You know, I think you could say all three of those things apply to Donald Trump right now. But because he's layered himself with these people that worship him, it's effectively become null and void. So, like, it says, yeah, the vice president and a majority of the cabinet. So none of his cabinet are going to vote against him, and certainly not J.D. Vance. He's where he is because of Donald Trump. So the 25th Amendment, which people keep talking about,
is never going to happen.
It's just not going to happen. Trump has engineered it in a way that he's surrounded by these sycophantic weirdos so he knows
shit.
Yeah, exactly. He's never going to get chucked out. It's just crazy. He's a really, really scary, evil man with dementia, which makes it even worse. So, yeah. I'm just looking. It's never actually successfully been used, the 25th Amendment, anyway.
Well, it sounds fit for purpose.
It says that it's designed for physical or mental incapacity. Again, I think Trump could fit into either and or both of those. But it's dark times, and I think
Joe Biden.
Yeah, for all his frailty and his kind of.
If you insist on having a genocidal idiot in charge.
Yeah, I don't know. We have to wait and see what happens tonight. I don't know what we're going to get. We might have to record tomorrow from a fallout shelter, but I don't think so. But
we're not in blast range, are we? Unless he wants to hit us, I suppose.
It depends what happens. I saw earlier Kim Jong-un threatened a nuclear missile if Trump goes ahead. Yeah, he did that this afternoon. He said if Trump goes ahead with his destruction of Iran, he's going to bomb Israel. Kim Jong-un from North Korea.
But Trump's just been saying how him and Kim
how
Jong-il
nice he was.
Great mates.
I know. But no, Kim Jong-un said if you go ahead with this, he's going to bomb Israel and Washington, but he can't reach Washington, but he probably could reach Israel. So...
I don't understand.
No, it's all fucked. The whole world's literally like on a knife edge
Is he
right
like
now.
besties with Iran or something?
There's a
Or is
whole
he just
thing
desperate to fire a nuke?
No, there's this sort of like weird kind of alliance between Russia, Iran, North Korea, China, all those guys. It's not really an alliance, but it's like a loose kind of coalition of bad guys, basically. So I think Modi gets involved with that occasionally, but I don't know. But I just saw Kim Jong-un.
Sorry.
Yeah, go.
Occasionally I'll pop on my maps because I like to sort of try and get a track of where's what. And
yeah,
India's quite tiny, isn't it? Relative to, I thought India was fucking massive, and it's not.
That's so weird. I did exactly that yesterday, and I looked at India and went, "Oh, I thought India was much bigger than that." I did exactly that thing yesterday. I was looking at my aircraft maps and seeing of the aircraft tracks, and I was like, "Oh, isn't India small?" Yeah, and I mean, it is a big country. But yeah, I thought it was much bigger than that as well, weirdly. That's a weird coincidence. But yeah. So yeah, as I said, we'll wait and see what happens tonight. I just saw 2 minutes ago on Twitter that the B-52s are launching out of Fairford, which isn't a good sign. So I might go and open the back door in a minute and see if I can see any. But
while you're talking about that, I need to do the workers' rights bit. But just before we wrap up the war business, I would like your opinion on why Starmer is a pathological liar and keeps saying that we're staying out of this war. What the fuck is wrong with him? We've been involved for 3 years, son, and all you've done the last few months is offer help. What?
Yeah, I don't know. We talked about this last week as well. It's just... There's an awful lot seems to be... This seems to be a fulcrum tonight. There's a lot hinging on this. If Trump goes ahead with this shit tonight, I would expect Starmer to pull away from it completely. I really would. I think if Trump starts bombing bridges and power plants, that's what their war crimes. I think.
I'm glad he's waiting until it's all actually done and complete.
Well, no, I don't. Yeah, but he's in the dock as much as fucking Macron and you and I. You know, nobody knows what Trump's going to do. That's one of the issues. I know Starmer is already involving us to a point, but I think everyone's just waiting to see if Trump goes ahead tonight, and if he does, I think we'll see headlines tomorrow that Starmer is refusing airspace. Everything that he's offered will be put to halt tomorrow, I reckon. But he should have done it already, I agree. But I think it's just
do you know what?
Two-horse Starmer. Come on.
We're just having a mad thought, but we're living in a mad world, aren't we? I wonder what would happen if somebody told Trump that if he nuked Iran, King Charles would not come.
Yeah, I don't think he'd care at this stage. I think he's too far
gone. Not?
No, I don't. I think if Trump lets loose tonight, then Starmer will cancel the visit anyway, because you can't send our king, to America where the guy's committing war crimes, like serious genocidal war crimes. But
yeah, well, we're aiding and abetting those genocidal war crimes, but
yeah, but that's through the back door, isn't it? So that's not a mainstream king thing. I don't know, but I don't think you can associate yourself with Trump after tonight if he goes mad.
But he's lying, saying that we're not involved in the war, and we are.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, no, he says it. This is what we said, though, last week.
People are being lied to countrywide on the daily.
But the way he says it is not that we're not involved. It's that we're not involved in an active attacking force. We're only involved in the defensive forces. And if things change, then he will change his mind on it. I know it's not true. You know it's not true. But he has to keep saying it until Trump finally fucking loses the plot. And then he'll pull away. But I don't know. We shall see. Watch this space and we'll be back maybe tomorrow to
taco.
Hashtag taco. Let's hope so. Let's hope so, because all the stuff that's being bandied about today is quite scary. So let's hope that
Bombing out of Iran isn't going to do anything for his energy prices, is it? What it's going to do is bring in renewables quicker, which is going to
Yes.
anyway now.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. We talked about
But
that a
people
couple
shouldn't
of
have to
times.
die for that change to take place.
No, it should be a natural progression. Yeah, I know. But that's the way we are in the world.
Collaboration, not competition. That's what we need.
Yeah,
Fucking mental.
we're relying on a war to make us more environmentally friendly, which is pretty sad. Right.
Shall we change the conversation to an upbeat one?
Yes. Let's wrap
Should we
up
do
with
some good
nice.
news?
Yeah,
a little bit
definitely.
of good news. So today, apart from the benefit cuts, the new workers' rights came online. So I'm just going to rattle through them.
Yeah, let's hear them.
Because a lot of these must have been things that the Tories changed that are just despicable. And obviously I'm unfamiliar. So statutory sick pay has been... Sorry, Bruce has been out for a walk. Expanded to remove the lower earnings limit. I didn't know they put one on. How bad's that? There was a lower earnings limit on SSP. Yeah. And the 3-day waiting period, allowing payment from day one of sickness. Good work.
Good stuff.
Family leave, paternity leave and unpaid parental leave to become day one rights, allowing employees to take this time off immediately upon starting a new job. Most people don't generally start a job when they're 8 months pregnant, so I'm just going to add that.
No, true.
So, Fair Work Agency, a new enforcement body, is launched to ensure compliance with holiday pay, sick pay and minimum wage rules. In theory, that's great.
A task force.
As long as it doesn't have com at the end of it, it might be all right.
Yeah, maybe.
Whistleblowing and harassment. Strengthened protections for workers reporting sexual harassment. Redundancy in 2P. Enhanced protection against dismissal for pregnant employees and those returning from family leave. Holiday pay records. Employers must retain detailed records for 6 years to show compliance. I thought it was always 7, and because of tax.
Used to be 7, yeah.
Like, you literally kept 7 years worth of everything. Right. You just had to.
Yeah, it was at one point. I didn't know that had changed.
Tory shortcuts, man.
Yeah.
And trade union rules, simplified requirements for industrial action and union recognition, effective 18th of February 2026. Significant reforms planned for 2027, but as that's so far away, I'm not going to talk about that.
No.
So, Labour are doing some good things for people that they deem worthy of life and oxygen and food. And I'm genuinely happy for those people. I might not show it in my face, but I am honest. Because one day, hopefully, I'll be there too, again.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah,
one day.
It's a good thing that's happened there.
Yeah.
And as I said last week or the week before, the Renters Reform Act is a good thing as well, which I will talk about once this fucking insane war dies down, because that is a decent bit of legislation they've brought through as well. So.
I actually heard Paul Joe interview a woman. They went to, they go down to the very big on landlords, Paul Joe mainly because they're all young people renting.
Yeah.
So they go to the conferences and they interview landlords, and invariably they're fucking knobheads who, are paper millionaires with portfolios. But they spoke to a lady who was like, no, I believe in social equality. I'm actually a very good landlord. I won't let my tenants go for 12 hours with a broken boiler or no water, or that just doesn't. These new rules they're bringing in, they're brilliant. Landlords should be glad of them.
Yeah, they are. I've spoken
so there's
before
one landlord that's really good.
Well, no, I've spoken before about my landlord because we rent. We've always rented.
Oh yeah, you've got a good one as well, haven't you?
Absolutely top drawer landlord. Said exactly the same thing about these reforms. Like, no, these are good. All landlords should be like, it shouldn't be a problem to any landlord. All of these things they're bringing in, which a lot of them are going, oh, this is terrible. Yeah. It should just be like, oh, this is good. Our tenants are going to be happier. Therefore, we're going to keep our tenants longer, etc., etc. But yeah, no, I've got a fantastic landlord, and I'm very happy to report that. So yeah, we'll talk about that properly at some point. Cool.
That's nice.
Right. Ooh,
I think we're all chatted out now, aren't we? I know.
I didn't realise the time. 8:15. Right, so with that good news bit of good news.
Yeah, let's not say the B word. Not this week.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not end it on anything.
Oh, God.
Apart from
Oh,
a
no.
happy goodbye, and please do the like, share, subscribe. Thank you for
Please.
listening.
Yeah. We'll be back.
Thanks for surviving with us.
Yeah, we'll be back later in the week. We've got an interview with... Tell us
Nina
again
Doran
who we're in.
From
That's her name.
Women Against the Far Right.
Women Against the Far Right. So we're going to have a chat to her and put that out later in the week as well. So have a lovely Apocalypse Eve, everyone, and we'll be back soon.
Naughty. We'll all be safe and sound. See you in a few days, everyone. Bye.
Bye.